Welcome to the National Science and Math Quiz. Today's contest is the first of our 1/8 stage competitions. The contest is between Pope John Senior High School, Koforidua, and Presbyterian Boys Senior High School, Legon. On my left is Pope John Senior High School, Koforidua, represented by
Ajumanesiye de Gideon, SS3.
Jebiko Kudu for SS3.
Klo Ajemano, SS3.
You are welcome, gentlemen. Pope John, last time you told me your motto says you are sailing on to victory. How have your preparations gone since I last saw you?
Improved upon our preparations.
You have improved. In what ways?
We've gone to work out our mistakes and then we've seen how best we can prepare towards working fast and then answering very quickly.
The best to you. On my right is Presbyterian Boys Senior High School, represented by
Prosper Jijenyo, Form 3.
Asala Jeffrey, Form 3.
Edupoku Frank, Form 3.
Do you have a school motto? What is it?
Illuminate with the beamers lumen.
Yes, and
It means in thy light we shall see light.
continue standing in the light. You are welcome. This contest comes to you in 5 rounds. The first round is our round for fundamental concepts. The questions in this round are relatively simple. All you have to do is to give us an answer to questions on basic principles in mathematics and science. If your answer is correct to a question, 3 points. If it's incorrect, it's passed on for a bonus point. You have 15 seconds in which to answer a question that does not involve calculations and 30 seconds for questions that involve calculations. Good luck. Let's begin with Presbyterian Boys. Define resonance in chemistry. Yes, go ahead, Frank.
Resonance refers to the process whereby different electronic structures can be drawn for a compound with the same position of atoms by different positions of electrons.
Yes. Give 3 characteristics of aromatic compounds. Only 3.
They are sweet smelling, they have double bond near structure, and they also have the benzene ring.
Presbyterian boys, please listen carefully. If square root of 6.25 is equal to 2.5, find square root of 0.000625. Yes, Asala?
2.5 times 10 to the minus 2.
That's right. Given that square root of 1.44 is equal to 1.2, find the square root of 14,400. 10 raised to the power? Okay. Presbyterian boys, define the term light year. Yes, go ahead, Frank.
It refers to the distance light travels in 1 year.
Yes. Pope John, define the term electron volt. Yes, go ahead, Gideon.
Electron volt is the energy acquired by an electron. 1 coulomb of an electron when it moves across a PD of 1 volt.
1 out of 3. Yes, is the energy gained by an electron when it is accelerated through a potential difference of 1 volt. Okay, so not 1 coulomb. It's an electron. Presbyterian boys, what is a dehiscent fruit? Yes, Frank.
A dehiscent fruit is a fruit which splits when dry or mature.
For what purpose?
To disperse its seeds.
Yes. Pope John, what is a drupe? Yes, JB.
A drupe is a fruit with a hard endocap and with one seed, not many seeds.
Try again.
A drupe is a fruit with a stony endocap and a fibrous mesocap.
1 out of 3. Yes, it has a stony or a hard endocap, but it is a fleshy fruit. It's actually fleshy, a fleshy fruit. Presbyterian boys, why is fluorine more electronegative than chlorine? Yes, Frank.
Fluorine has a smaller size than chlorine, and electronegativity increases with decreasing size.
So
fluorine will tend to pull electrons more towards it when it's in a covalent bond than chlorine will do.
Okay. Pope John, in which groups in the periodic table can hydrogen be placed and why? Yes, JB.
Hydrogen can be placed in group 1 or group 8. Now the outermost shell or outermost electrons of hydrogen is 1. That's why it can be placed in group 1. Now its ability to form, its unreactive nature, or its ability to form covalent bonds with, or its unreactive nature enables it to be placed in group 8.
Try again. 1 out of 3. Pope John, settle down and answer the question calmly. Okay? You told me group 1 and group 8. No, it's group 1 and group 7. Group 1 and group 7. The reason is that it has only one electron. You mentioned that, which can be lost easily. And that's why it's placed in group 1. At the same time, it still has only one more electron to fill the shell, right? So it's left with one more. And this is the characteristic of the element in group 7. And that's why it belongs there as well. I hope it's clear. When I get to you, I will give you an expression. What you have to do with the expression is to expand in ascending powers of x. Ascending powers of x. Presbyterian boys, your expression. 1 plus 2x all cubed. Yes, Frank.
1 plus 6x plus 12x squared plus 8x cubed.
That's right. Your expression is 1 minus x all to the power 4. Yes, JB.
1 minus 4s cubed minus 6s squared plus 4x plus s raised to the power 4.
Try again. I'm passing this on for a bonus. Yes, Frank.
1 minus 4x plus 6x squared minus 4x cubed plus x raised to the power 4.
That's right. For the next pair of questions, you have one attempt in which to answer. One attempt to answer, you are to fill in the blank. Please listen to the question carefully. All right. Presbyterian boys, mass is to velocity as moment of inertia is to blank. Yes, Frank?
Angular velocity.
That's right. Pope John, very carefully listen. Mass is to force as moment of inertia is to blank. JB?
Talk.
Talk. What is the common unique characteristic feature between animals in the phylum Cnidaria and those in the phylum Echinodermata? Frank?
They are both radially symmetrical.
Yes. If an animal is a mammal, a herbivore, and has 9 toes, in which order will you place it and why? Yes, Emmanuel.
I'll place it in Perissodactyla. This is because it has odd number of toes.
Yes. That is the end of the first round.
Good morning, class. Good morning, sir. You remember what I told you about the exams?
No fees, no exam.
That's right. No fees, no exam. Ato?
Yes, sir.
Out.
Hello there.
Hello, Ato.
Can you please send me the money in 30 minutes?
Yes.
Absolutely. First, get your eSwitch card. Then, go to any eSwitch merchant, eSwitch ATMs, bank or savings and loans company nationwide.
Please transfer 250 Ghana cedis to my son Ato's account. This is his eSwitch number.
All you need is the recipient's eSwitch card number printed on the reverse side of the card.
I've sent you the money. Use 200 for your exams fee and 50 for your provisions, okay?
To receive the money, go to any eSwitch point of sale terminal or ATM and load the money on your card, or draw the cash from a bank or savings and loans company or eSwitch merchant. Get an eSwitch card now and enjoy a safer, faster and more convenient means of transferring your money nationwide.
Oh, your puppy day. Your puppy day.
eSwitch, easy banking for everyone.
At the end of the first round, the scores are Pope John Senior High School, 15 points. Presbyterian Boys Senior High School, 25 points. We have 4 more rounds to go. Round 2. The questions in the first round were very simple, testing your knowledge of basic principles. The questions in the second round are more applied in nature. That means you'll be required to apply those basic principles and similar ones to explain in certain situations. If you answer your question correctly, 3 points. If it's incorrect, it's passed on for a bonus point. Partial credit is very possible in this round for partially answered questions. Good luck. Let's begin this time with Pope John. A small opaque object is placed in front of a large white screen in a dark room. A beam of green light is shown on the object. What will be the color of the shadow formed? And what will be the color of the rest of the screen? Please explain your answers. Yes, go ahead, Gideon.
The color of the image will be black. This is because the opaque object, which is made up of a black substance, will absorb all the green light. And then the green light cannot be reflected, since there is no other color to be reflected in it. And then also, the other part of the image is going to be light in color, that is light brown. It's going to form a penumbra.
2 out of 3. Yes, the shadow formed will be black for the explanation you gave, right? It absorbs everything, and so there's no other color to show. But the rest of the screen will be green, not brown. It's going to be green. Since it's a white screen, it will reflect all light that is incident on it. Since it's green light that's incident on it, that's what it's going to reflect. All right, Presbyterian boys, your question. A camera is equipped with a shutter that opens and closes in order to capture an image. Suppose that you wanted to take a photograph of a stationary object in poor lighting. Would it be more advantageous to increase or decrease the length of time that the shutter stays open? Explain your answer. Yes, Asala.
You have to increase the time that the shutter will stay open. This is to allow more light to enter for the image to be formed on the film in the screen.
Okay. Two events, A and B, are independent. If the probability of A is 3/4 and the probability of A intersection B is half, find the probability of B. Yes, JB.
Probability of B is 2/3.
That's right. Two events, A and B, are mutually exclusive. If probability of A is half and probability of B is 1/4, find the probability of A union B. Yes, Asala.
3/4.
That's right. There is a large group of anaerobic bacteria whose major end product of fermentation is lactic acid. Of what economic importance are these lactic acid producing bacteria? Yes, Emmanuel.
Through the anaerobic respiration of the bacteria, they are employed in the making of yogurt and in other industries which are of economic benefit to people or to the country.
Yogurt, what?
Brewing of drinks, that's beer and other products.
2 out of 3. Yes, in the food industry, but not just yogurt, dairy products, cheese, right? Yogurt, any product of fermentation of dairy, milk products. Presbyterian boys, what is the major importance of fungi in the pharmaceutical industry? Yes, Frank.
They are used to manufacture antibiotics like penicillin.
Okay. Pope John, which vitamin may be obtained from carrots? Yes, Emmanuel.
And vitamin A.
Yes, that's right. Presbyterian boys, vitamin A is the same as retinol. What functional groups or group are or is present in retinol? One attempt. Yes, Prosper.
Alkanols and aldehydes.
2 out of 3. The right answer, yes, alkanol is correct. The second one is actually the alkene, carbon-carbon double bond. There are no spark plugs in a diesel engine. So explain how the fuel is ignited within the cylinders of the engine. Yes, Gideon.
The ignition of the fuel in the diesel engine comes about by the compression of the air mixture in it. When the air mixture is being compressed, a high temperature is being released, which causes the fuel in it to spark out to be able to produce the energy that it
Yes. A heat pump is a device that extracts heat energy from a low temperature reservoir and exhausts heat energy to a high temperature reservoir during one thermal cycle. This requires that an external agent does work, of course. An example of a heat pump is a refrigerator. Explain how a heat pump can be used to warm a room in a cold climate. Yes, Frank.
Like you take a gadget like the fridge, you can open the fridge and it will draw air in the room, and it will, as it draws the air, it can pump it outside.
Try again for a bonus. Yes, Gideon.
In the colder regions, the heat pump is being placed inside the cold place, and then it withdraws the latent heat of vaporization, and then the energy, that is the heat in the cold area, and then radiates into the room where it needs to be heated.
I'll give you the bonus. The average speed of a tractor is 18 kilometers per hour. Find the time in seconds taken to travel a distance of 300 meters. Gideon.
Adam, 60 seconds.
That's right. A car is traveling at a uniform speed of 72 kilometers per hour. Find the distance in meters traveled in 10 seconds. Yes, Asala?
200 meters.
That's right. The stem, leaves, and rhizoids of a moss plant constitute the gametophyte generation. Why is the moss plant referred to as the gametophyte? Yes, Emmanuel.
Madam, this is because the gametophyte generation produces the gametes. That is the gametes which are needed in the for fertilization to occur and for the propagation of the moss species.
So why is the moss?
So the moss is found there because the stem, the rhizoids constitute the gametophyte because it's where the gametes are going to be produced.
2 out of 3. What you said was right, What you said was right, but the main thing is that the moss produces cells that have the haploid number of chromosomes, okay? Yes. And of course, if they have the haploid number of chromosomes, then they can be producing the gametes, and which is why it's called the gametophyte generation. Presbyterian boys, what evidence is there to show that mosses have aquatic ancestors? Yes, Frank.
Mosses require water for fertilization. That is, during sexual reproduction, the anterozoids or the sperms with flagellates swim in the water to the female gametophyte to go and fertilize it. And this shows that they have aquatic ancestors.
Okay. Pope John, which ion in solution would give red-brown precipitate with aqueous ammonia or sodium hydroxide? Remember, one attempt. Yes, JB?
Madam, Fe3+.
That's right. Which ion in solution would give dark blue precipitate with potassium hexacyanoferrate 2 solution? Yes, Asala?
Ion 3+.
Yes. And on that note, we end round 2. At the end of the second round, Pope John Senior High School has 37 points. Presbyterian Boys Senior High School has 45 points. Round 3 is our problem of the day. So far, the questions have not taken too much time, 30 seconds at most. The question in this round should engage you for a longer period of time. So from the time I ask you to begin, you have 3 minutes in which to present an answer. The problem of the day is worth 10 points. Shall we turn over our sheets and read the problem of the day together? Compounds A and B react in the presence of H3O plus ions to give product C. Experiments were performed to determine the rate law of the reaction using the initial rate method. Concentrations are given in mole per decimeter cubed, while rates are given as mole per decimeter cubed per second. I have a table of results from the experiment. The table has 5 columns with column headings: experiment number, concentration of A, concentration of B, concentration of H3O plus, and initial rate. So now I'm going to read you the values, experiment by experiment. So I'm reading the rows of the table. 1, 0.02, 0.02, 0.02, 6.0 times 10 to the power negative 4. 2, 0.02, 0.04, 0.02, 2.4 times 10 to the negative 3. 3, 0.06, 0.02, 0.02, 1.8 times 10 to the negative 3. Finally, 4, 0.02, 0.02, 0.04, 6.0 times 10 to the negative 4. Now this is what you are to do. Determine the rate law and calculate the rate constant K. Give the units of the rate constant. Good luck. This is the problem of the day. You may begin. Contestants, please send a representative to present your solutions on the boards as they appear here. The contestants have presented their answers. Before we award the marks, let's look at the ideal solution from our consultants. The rate law normally follows a format. So let's make the rate law rate is equal to a constant K multiplied by the concentration of A to the power X. X is the order. And multiplied by B to the power Y. And multiplied by a concentration of H3O plus to the power Z, where X, Y, and Z are parameters or values we need to find. We find these by comparing the experiments. So if we look at experiments 1 and 3, we can compare the rates. So we can get a ratio of rate 2 to rate 1 by dividing the concentration of the species B for the second experiment by the concentration of B for the first experiment, both of these to the power Y, the value we need to find. If we do that, what we'll get is 24/6 is equal to these values. And if we use the concentrations given in the problem, we'll get 2 to the power Y. So simplifying, we come to 4 is equal to 2 to the power Y, and so Y has to be 2. We found the first one for finding those 2 points. Now to find X, we can compare experiments 3 and 1 and do a similar thing. This time we can use the concentrations of A in those 2 experiments to get a ratio of rate of experiment 3 to rate of experiment 1. If we do this, we find out that 18/6 is equal to 3 to the power X. So 3 has to be equal to 3 to the power X. That means X has to be 1. For finding X, 2 points. Next, we need to find Z. Let's compare experiments 1 and 4. So we are going to take a ratio of the rate of experiment 4 to the rate of experiment 1. And then we use the concentrations of H3O plus. So we'll have 6/6 is equal to 2 to the power Z. So 1 is equal to 2 to the power Z, and so Z is 0. For finding Z, 2 points. So now let's collect what we know, everything we have found to get our rate law. The rate law is this. Rate is equal to a constant K multiplied by concentration of A to the power 1, multiplied by concentration of B to B squared, and multiplied by the concentration of H3O plus to the power 0. We can leave it out because that will always be 1. For collecting our terms and writing the rate law, 1 point. Then we're to calculate for the constant K, and so we can use any of the experiments. If we choose experiment 1, for example, what we'll get is 6.0 is times 10 to the negative 4 is equal to the constant K multiplied by 0.02 multiplied by 0.02 squared. If we simplify this, we can get K to be equal to 75. This is worth 2 points. We're also to specify the units of the constant K. If you are keeping track of your divisions, all those values, you will find out that the units are actually per second per concentration squared. And so this comes to decimeter to the power 6 per mole squared per second. For getting the right units, 1 point. This was the ideal solution from our consultants. Now, from the contestants, Presbyterian boys, you solved for Y, you solved for Z, you solved for X. Then you collected your terms and gave us a rate law, which was correct. And so you have 7 points. You did not give us a value for K or units for K. Pope John, you solved for X, Y, and Z. You gave us a rate law, and you calculated for the rate constant. You didn't simplify, but we are lenient today. And that was it. You did not give us any units for the rate constant. This means you have a total of 9 points. This is the end of the problem of the day and the end of round 3. Round 4. Most questions in this round require calculations. So from the time I ask you to answer a question, you probably have 30 seconds in which to give an answer. If a question doesn't involve calculations, you have 15 seconds in which to do so. A correctly answered question fetches 3 points. A wrongly answered question is passed on for a bonus point. Let's start with you, Presbyterian boys. The sum of the first n terms of a series is Sn is equal to 2n multiplied by n plus 2. Find the nth term of the series. Asala.
Tn is equal to 4n.
Try again.
Un equals 4n minus 2.
Last chance. For a bonus. Yes, JB.
Is equal to 2n plus 1.
That's incorrect. The right answer is 4n plus 2. 4n plus 2. Pope John, your own question. The sum of the first n terms of a series is Sn is equal to 4n squared. Find the nth term of the series. Yes, JB.
8n minus 4.
That's right. What is common to gums, alkaloids, resins, and tannins? Yes, sir.
They are all excretory products of plants.
Try again. I'm passing it on for bonus. Yes, Emmanuel.
They are excretory products of plants which are stored in the tissues of the plant.
They are all non-living and they are found within the plant cells. Even though mitochondria, chloroplasts, lysosomes, and vacuoles are all located in the cytoplasm of cells, what distinguishes mitochondria and chloroplasts from lysosomes and vacuoles? Yes, JB.
The mitochondria and the chloroplasts are bonded by 2 double membranes, while the lysosomes and the vacuoles has 1 membrane.
Say it calmly.
Madam, the mitochondria and the chloroplasts have a double membrane, while the lysosome and the vacuole have a single membrane.
Yes. The reason why I asked you to repeat is because, JB, 2 double membranes, how many membranes are that? 4. So that was incorrect, right? Okay. Next pair of questions. Presbyterian boys. Calculate the volume of a 0.20 mole per decimeter cubed sodium thiosulfate solution that will be required to react completely with 18 centimeter cubed of 0.15 mole per decimeter cubed solution of iodine. Yes, Asala.
Oh shit, I'm coming.
Asala.
27 cm3.
Yes. Calculate the volume of 0.1 mole per decimeter cubed of iodine solution that will be required to react with 10 centimeter cubed of 0.30 mole per decimeter cube solution of sodium thiosulfate? JB.
Madam, 15 cm cube.
That's right. Presbyterian boys, calculate the escape velocity of the planet Mars. Assume the following constants. Radius of Mars, 4 times 10 to the power 6 meters. The constant g multiplied by m is equal to 4 times 10 to the power 13 Newton meter squared per kilogram. Please leave your answer in terms of the simplest square root. Yes, Prosper?
100 meters per second squared.
Try again. Yes, Asala?
1,000 meters per second squared.
One more chance.
That's it, try go.
Asala?
1,000 meters per second.
No.
4 root 2 times 10 raised to the power 3 meters per second.
The right answer is square root of 20 times 10 to the power 3 meters per second. Calculate the escape velocity of the Earth's moon. Assume the following constants. Radius of the moon is 2 times 10 to the power 6 meters, and the constant g times m is equal to 5 times 10 to the power 12 Newton meter squared per kilogram. Please leave your answer in terms of the simplest square root. Yes, Emmanuel.
Root 5 times 10 to the power 3 meters per second.
Yes. Find the coordinates of the point or points on the given curve at which the tangent to the curve is horizontal. So when I get to you, I'll give you the equation of a curve. What you have to do is to find the coordinates of the point or points on that curve at which the tangent to the curve is horizontal. We are starting with you, Presbyterian boys. Your curve is this. Y is equal to x cubed minus 3x. Yes, Frank.
1 minus 2 and negative 1, 2.
Yes. With the same preamble, Pope John, y is equal to x plus 4x to the power negative 1. JB.
Madam, 2 and 4. The points are 2 and 4.
And then minus 2 and minus 4.
Yes. Distinguish between the use of the term deciduous when applied to plants and when applied to animals. Yes, Frank.
A deciduous plant sheds its leaves in the dry season. But when we use deciduous in animals, it means shedding of the exoskeleton.
Try again.
The deciduous in animals means the tooth, the set of the tooth is being replaced by another set. But in plants, it means shedding of the leaves in the dry season.
2 out of 3. In plants, you are right. In animals, yes, it refers to the teeth themselves. It's not the process by which they are being replaced. No, it's the teeth themselves. The teeth that go away to be replaced are known as deciduous teeth. Distinguish between an embryo and the zygote as applied to animals. Yes, Emmanuel.
An embryo is formed before 2 weeks. 2 weeks when fertilization takes place. 2 weeks after, the organism which is formed or the organism which is formed is an embryo. Once after 2 weeks, it becomes a zygote.
I'm passing it on.
Zygote is a structure formed when the male sex gamete fused with the female gamete. But embryo is the structure formed when the zygote has undergone cleavage or has undergone division after some time.
Okay. Yes. The zygote is the diploid cell that is formed when it undergoes division, then it becomes an embryo. Okay? A charge of 24,125 coulombs were passed through a cell containing copper 2 tetraoxosulfate 6 with inert electrodes connected in series to a water voltmeter. Presbyterian boys, calculate the mass of copper discharged at the cathode. The Faraday constant is 9.65 times 10 to the power 4 coulomb per mole. An atomic mass of copper is 64.0. Yes, Asala?
8 grams.
That's right. With the same preamble, calculate the volume of H2 gas discharged in the water voltmeter at STP. Yes, Emmanuel.
22.8 DMQ.
One more chance. Yes, JB.
22.4 DMQ.
No. For a bonus. Yes, Asala.
2.8 DMQ.
No. The right answer is 5.6 decimeter cubed. Calculate the wavelength of a photon that has energy of 6.6 times 10 to the negative 14 joules. Planck's constant is 6.6 times 10 to the negative 34 joules second, and the speed of light in vacuum is 3.0 times 10 to the 8 meters per second. Yes, Prosper.
1 times 10 to the power 20 hertz.
Try again. Yes, Frank.
3 times 10 to the power minus 12 meters.
That's right. Calculate the frequency of a photon that has energy of 66 kilo electron volts. Planck's constant is 6.6 times 10 to the negative 34 joules second. The speed of light in vacuum is 3.0 times 10 to the 8 meters per second, and 1 electron volt is equal to 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19 joules. Yes, JB.
1.6 times 10 raised to the power 17 hertz.
Try again. Yes, Gideon.
1.6 times 10 to the power 18 hertz.
Last chance. For a bonus.
1.6 times 10 to the power 19 hertz.
That's right. That's the end of the 4th round. At the end of the 4th round, Pope John Senior High School has 61 points. Presbyterian Boys Senior High School has 68 points. We have our final round left. Round 5 comes to you in 2 parts. For the first part of the round, I'm going to ask you to tell me whether statements I give you are true or false. If you answer correctly, 2 points. If your answer is incorrect, you lose a precious point. You may choose not to answer, in which case we pass the statement on to your opponents for the possibility of getting the 2 full points. Let's begin with Pope John. First statement. A parabolic mirror does not have a focal point. Yes, Emmanuel.
Madam, it's false.
It's false. As x increases in the interval 0 degree less than x less than 90 degrees, or between 0 and 90 degrees, not inclusive, sign of x decreases. Yes, Frank.
False.
It's false. Spontaneous reactions tend to have low activation energies. Yes, Emmanuel.
It's true.
Oh no. Presbyterian boys, during the clotting of blood, prothrombin catalyzes the conversion of fibrinogen to fibrin. Yes, Frank?
False.
It's false. Log to the base a of x to the power n is equal to n log to the base a of x. Yes, Emmanuel?
It's true.
Yes, it's true. Rate of reaction is defined as the rate of change of concentration of either a reactant or a product. Yes, Frank?
True.
No, Frank. All right, Pope John. Since alkanols also contain the OH group just like water, they also undergo self-ionization. Yes, Emmanuel?
It's true.
Oh, no. Presbyterian boys, subsoil is thicker than topsoil. Yes, Frank?
True.
Yes, it's true. Light is emitted when an electric current is discharged through an ionized gas. Yes, Emmanuel?
It's true.
Yes, it's true. A plus B, all cubed, is equal to A cubed plus 3A squared B plus 3AB squared plus B cubed. Yes, Frank?
True.
Yes. If x is at least 5, then x is strictly greater than 5. Yes, Emmanuel?
It's false.
It's false. Ghana can make ethanol using crude petroleum as raw material. Yes, Frank?
True.
Yes, it's true. Antibodies are a type of plasma protein. Emmanuel?
It's true.
It's true. A laser produces a monochromatic beam of light. Yes, Frank?
True.
Yes, it's true. So we are done with the first part of the round. For the second part of this round, I'm going to ask you to solve some riddles. If you solve the riddle on the first clue, 5 points. On the second clue, 4 points. And on the third or any clue after that, 3 points. In order to solve a riddle, you have to alert me. You do so by ringing your bell. May I hear your bell, Pope John? Thank you. And yours, Presbyterian boys. All right. You are competing for time. When you ring the bell, it means you have a response ready. I will not wait for a response. Good luck. Let's begin with the first riddle. I am an infectious tropical disease. I am caused by a virus. The second part of my name suggests. Go ahead.
Measles.
No, that's incorrect. For your benefit, Presbyterian boys. The second part of my name suggests that I cause an increase in body temperature. My occurrence can be prevented by vaccination. The first part of my name is derived from the color I impart to the skin of infected people. Aedes mosquitoes are responsible for my spread. Who am I?
Yellow fever.
It's yellow fever. I am a statement usually associated with another statement. I am always diametrically opposed to the associated statement. My associated statement and I are always logically opposed to each other. Yes, go ahead.
Negation.
Yes, negation. I am a phenomenon. Whenever I occur, I seem to violate the conservation of energy. But in reality, I only steal from mass. I can cause an element to be transformed into another element. I was discovered by a very curious couple. Who am I? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Radioactivity.
That's right. I am one of a set of non-identical triplets. Chemically, we are all the same. Physically, we are different since I am soft and my two siblings are hard, though not to the same extent. Whilst the two hard ones take their roots from indigenous rocks, I am from microscopic animals and others. While my siblings are used extensively in the building industry, I am used in the toothpaste and cosmetics products. I bear the same name as a teacher's teaching aid, but we are chemically very different. So who am I? Chalk. That's the end of round 5.
Good morning, class. Good morning, sir. Some kind of make a chair mono. Sanity. Went to ya, went you. Ato?
Yes, sir.
Go! Oh!
Hello there.
Hello, Ato.
Number 2, my name is Candice here.
Anya day.
Near Dikai, Mount kan with Eastridge card. Afi, could be on the point of sale terminal near Jumebia, and I be a Eastridge ATM, and our bank in savings and loans company be a benwo.
Mpacho transfer 250 Ghana cedis coming back to account so one way. Mpacho ni Eastridge account number ni.
Ni only on your chrono Eastridge card. Sa number was Eastridge card in HP.
Mama no sikano. For 200 cedis to your exams fee no.
That's
Na for 50 no bon what it.
So person do sika mania and one so be ko be a Eastridge point of sale terminal wo. And be a Eastridge ATM wo. Obetima do sika ne go card no so amunu mu ho a. Obetimi so agi sika every bank and our savings and loans company be a ben wo. And now omo Eastridge for amomu tumi say won tue sika man kronfo. Kwaje o Eastridge card sesia. Eastridge e kwan pa obetimi amane sika and tentem so oman mu ni nyina.
Oh, Papa, you're tough. Oh, day.
Eastridge, easy banking for everyone.
At the end of the contest, here are the final scores. Pope John Senior High School, Koforidua has 74 points. Presbyterian Boys Senior High School, Legon has 87 points. Pope John Senior High School, thank you for giving us that excellent contest. Unfortunately, we must say goodbye. All the best. Presbyterian Boys, congratulations on winning this contest. It was not easy. You had worthy adversaries. So I ask you to continue your preparations. I shall look forward to seeing you in the next stage of competition. Viewers, thank you for joining us for this excellent contest. If you had a good time, I can assure you you'll have another good time next time when we bring you the second of our 1A stage contest. That contest is going to be between Anglican Senior High School, Kumase, and Keta Senior High School. Thank you again and goodbye.